Hello and welcome back to the channel. I want you to take a look at the image on your screen, and I want to ask you this question. Could you live in this shed if you had to? Take a look at that. That is a shed converted into a home. Of course, it was being sold for that purpose. That's why you see the image the way that it is. This is something that is being offered at select Home Depots. Okay? But in doing my research, I discovered that you can get it a lot cheaper at another place. Let me go to that particular website. It's a lot cheaper at another place than it is at Home Depot. Home Depot's price is, I'm telling you, it's way higher. Sheds Direct. So that particular, or this particular shed model at Home Depot is $26,000. Of course, if you have some type of credit with Home Depot, they do offer payments on it. So that might be the difference here. The other place is Sheds Direct. So as you see at Home Depot, it is $26,000, but at Sheds Direct, it is $17,695. So that is a huge difference. More specifically, at Home Depot is $26,399. Now, the reason I'm asking, could you live in something like this if you had to, is because we've actually had conversations with people before about tiny home living. And basically, it was stated that, nope, that's too small, couldn't do it. That was what the answer was. And I was kind of shocked because when I look at a lot that is happening in the world today, and people are literally losing their place to stay, they're losing their homes, apartments, or whatever, you would think that people wouldn't be as picky or choosy, especially if you're talking about a place that is really nice. We're not talking about a place that's just run down. This is something brand new. Now, I will say this much. Because this is a shed home, you are just buying the shell or the structure. The finished work is something you have to do yourself. Okay? The finished work would be the drywall, the plumbing, the wall board, the electrical, and any other things that you want, any fixtures and sinks and things of that nature. That's what that would involve. But look at the landscaping around it. You can landscape it however you want. And the beauty of this whole thing is that you can do it a little bit at a time. You don't have to do it all at once. And I'm thinking that this is a good option for the future. This is a good option for the future, especially for those who are just not sure where they're going to be. Some time ago, we talked about sheds that you can buy from, it depends on your area. I'm not sure if every state has this, but there are companies that do build these sheds, and they offer no credit check financing, in which, of course, they have the option of saying, okay, if you stop paying, we coming to get that sucker, right? You know, but for the most part, if you have every intention of paying, then that's also a great option, because with that option, you can literally sometimes give $300, $400, $500 down. Yes, that's what I said, $300 or $400 or $500 down, and that gets it delivered to wherever you want it delivered to. Of course, you want to make sure that your city or your area doesn't have any restrictions, and that you need to find out what exactly is involved in getting one delivered to where you are. From that point, as long as you know you have the money to pay on it every month, which is only a few $100s a month, you can go ahead with the finished work. Go ahead with your upgraded windows if you want, because they do come with standard shed windows in many cases. But if you wanted better windows that are going to be more energy efficient, you could do that. Your flooring, your plumbing, your electrical, and everything else that you want inside of the structure, you can go ahead and get one delivered to your property, to your lot, and start the finished work. Okay? Of course, let me reiterate again, making sure that you are adhering to your local codes, because in most country areas, they don't have too many restrictions on that. But if you're like within city limits or within a town or something like that where it's more heavily populated, more densely populated, then you definitely want to make sure that you have permission to do this. I've been noticing on certain videos that I watch, I like to keep up to date with tiny home things because, you know, this is definitely something that people need to be informed about. But like areas in California, they have it where if there's a main structure on the property, I forget what they call it. There is a specific name that they call it, but they will allow for another structure to be put in the rear of the property as a second residence, whether it's a in-laws quarters, a shop or studio, or a place of business, or if you want something for one of your children, they do allow that, but you definitely want to double check with your area. But back to the payment options. One thing that I want to reiterate, that if you don't make your payments on these sheds where they don't check any credit or they don't have a large down payment that you need to apply, if you don't make your payments, it doesn't matter how many improvements you've put on or in the shed, they are coming to pick that sucker up. That is how it works. Okay, so make sure that you can afford it and keep it up if this is the option you want to choose. But that is a very affordable option for just about anyone. Just about anyone. You just have to have a place to put it. Now, if you have a relative that lives on their own property, they own the property and they may have some space in the rear of their property. Now, I'm saying a relative or a good friend because you don't, in this day and age, you can't deal with people that you don't know too much. I mean, even the Bible tells you to be careful of who you allow into your space in your life, because people are definitely different out here these days. You have to be careful. You just can't do this with perfect strangers. But if you have a relative or friend that has property that they own and they're willing to allow you to park one on your property, whatever arrangements you come up with, that might be a good option for those who are looking for a situation where they can, you know, pretty much have their own space, but still be close to friends or family. This is a great option. As a matter of fact, I shared a video last year of a young woman. She said her and her mom, they kind of knock heads sometimes, but you know, she needed her own space, but she wasn't really ready to move out on her own. So her mom allowed her to get one of these sheds and put it on her property. So she's still there with mom. They can have their own space now. The mom can still be in her grandson's life and everything. And it's a win-win. It's a win-win. They can look out for each other. And again, the young woman has her own space. I thought that was a beautiful thing. So again, if you have family or friends that this can work with, that is great. That is great. So I just wanted to run this by everyone. In the comment section below, I am curious to know, as a matter of fact, I may do a poll on this. I'm curious to know who is able to move into something like this, because some people say, well, no, that's too small. As a matter of fact, let me see how many square feet this is. When you're trying to survive, you just kind of put that stuff aside. So the footprint is 32 by 16. Okay, 32 feet by 16. But it has an upstairs. And so the total square footage, I'm trying to find it in the... And then, of course, they have these in different sizes. I'm just referring to the one that is on your screen. Okay. It has a 20-foot dormer. Okay. 20-foot dormer. On the website, Sheds Direct, it actually shows you more images of the inside and how it was all put together. Yeah, it shows you more pictures. Yes. It shows the stairs and the height upstairs and the height downstairs. So if I remember, I'll put the link to that one, to this one below, so that you can see the interior pictures as well. But I'm curious to know, could you live in something like this? Could you live in something like this? Let me see if they have any more information on the total square footage. Okay, I am not seeing that readily available, but you can get a good idea. You can get a good idea from the size based on the 16 by 32. I'm sure some of that comes off because of the stairs placement, the placement of the stairs or whatever. But hey, could you do this? Or would you think that this is something that you wouldn't consider at all? So meet me in the poll section. I want to know what your thoughts are. Is this a feasible option with everything I've said, even if it's not this particular model, but one that is already locally built and delivered for just a few $100s to your property? Let us know in the comment section below or meet us on the poll section. Until next time. We hope you liked today's topic. Please leave your comments below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share it, like this video, and with that, we're out. Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.